Good morning. My name is Ron Love. I'm the mentor for Miss Tiffany Thompson, uh, and we're here to discuss another lesson that I had observed that she had prepared for one of our students uh, in the area of social skills.
The
And
seventh grade student.
seventh grade.
Yes.
And Ms. Thompson, will you tell a little bit how you think the student responded to some of these things, and the lesson is dealing with anger, dealing with anger words or words that anger.
This particular student, he has lots of issues with anger and how to appropriately control his anger and how to appropriately deal when someone is pushing his buttons.
Right.
And we talked about trigger words, different things that people say and do that trigger that anger emotion in you. And we talked about the things that he did to other students or to little brothers
Right.
that would trigger that anger response in them. And we made a list. And then we also made a list of things that other students or friends or brothers, whoever, would do to him. And then we got to comparing our list, and they were exactly the same.
Right.
And I don't think that he expected for his actions to be the exact same actions as what were being done to him to trigger that anger. And we talked about different things that he could do.
Well, I think this lesson was really excellent to help him realize some of these things because I don't think that this ever occurred to him, and I really want to compliment you on the lesson planning that you had done in preparing for this and how you approached it because you had done some background research on it and incorporated some of those things that and the research that you had done into the lesson and talked to him about it. And I think it really made him to realize a lot of these things and the the way that you uh, kind of checked your instruction as you went along and asking him questions and seeing how he was comprehending this, and I thought that he was understanding it very well from the way that you were presenting it, uh, and you read some stories and you talked about some real life things that uh, affected him, uh, real life situations, and then he was able to relate to you some situations himself
Right.
that he understood
Right.
after you talked about it. And I don't think he ever realized some of these things, and I think it was very beneficial um, as well as very well done. And I was pleased about how you had structured the lesson as you went along and kind of built up uh, to incorporate all the goals that that you had in mind uh, in analyzing the instruction and everything. And it I think it just went really well. And he what I would like to, what I'd like to recommend it too is that you go back and review this with him.
Yes.
When you have time, because I think he will, if he gets a little bit more reinforcement from this, I think he will, and a little encouragement to use some of this lesson, I think he will benefit greatly.
Yes.
Because he's already shown a lot of, really a lot of improvement. What you have done with this lesson, some of the others have really helped him to be more of a wanting more to cooperate and to also receive more positive reinforcement because the positive reinforcement that you give is really working well with him and he's responding to that and not acting out and having these inappropriate behaviors like he's had before.
Yes, and actually, after we did this lesson, a couple days afterwards, he came up and told me, said, Miss Thompson, remember when we talked about trigger words in your room? And I said, yes, I remember when we talked about them. He said, well, so and so on the bus said some words that were trigger words for me, and I just ignored him. I said, awesome. I said, it's good that you recognize
Yes.
that those were trigger words and that this person was trying to push your button.
And he's got,
and it's good that you knew you're not supposed to react the way that they want you to.
and he's got the most,
Ignore it or go get help or any of the other
right.
modified behaviors that we had talked about in our lesson.
But he's got the vocabulary too. You're talking
Yes.
about ignoring it,
Yes.
talking about the trigger words. So he's having that in his recall. So
Yes.
I think that's great.
Yes.
So I was very pleased. So I hope that you will continue working on this, and I think other teachers can really benefit from you sharing some of this with them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.